Hey Kombi Crew, how's things? Thought I'd give you a little update as I like to do sometimes. The title of this video is probably going to be Leah is leaving, so let's address that elephant in the room straight away, just so you don't think it's clickbait, because she is actually leaving. Some of you who've been following these kind of Kombi Crew updates will know that she's been planning to go back and see her brother who's having a baby. It's really important for her to go back and see her brother at this time, because a while ago her mum passed away, so there's not much of their family left, and it's important that Leah, as the oldest child, is there for her brother. I'm totally in support of her for that, but I'm also quite nervous about this whole situation. I want to talk to you a little bit about that before Leah comes into the van. Just a little side note here, I recorded this earlier in the day, about an hour ago, but it didn't work, the focus didn't work. We've been having problems with our camera, so that's why this scene is different light to the next scene that will be Leah coming into the van. And we'll give you a little tour of the van and what we've been up to, and the lack of progress and reasons why. But let's talk about Leah leaving first of all. First of all, it's been really difficult these last few months with Leah. I've spent 2 years with her now, every day, from the time I got my visa after I was banned from the US, and then I went back, and then we fixed the car up, the Kombi, when it burnt down. And we've been through so much together. We went through the whole of Alaska together, and we shared so many triumphs and failures and emotional. It's been an emotional roller coaster, and so we've become really close, because obviously when you live in a small space, it's kind of like amplifies the time. It feels like 20 years, not 2 years, because we really do spend so much time together. We live together, we work together, we do everything together. And now she's leaving and going to Australia, and I'm a little bit nervous that she's not going to come back. It's happened to me once before, some of you might remember, when my last relationship didn't work out. Sean never came back, and that kind of sucks, that process, and it would be a lot worse this time. We have a real challenge going on now. We are not going to see each other for about 6 months. I have to finish the rest of this bus on my own, which is okay, but until I finish the bus, I can't leave Jersey and go and see her in Australia, because the bus needs to be ready for when the summer season comes next year and we can go filming our European travel series. That's a long time, 6 months before I can see her, probably. And I'm a little bit nervous, because she is going home and she's going to have to get a job, because Australia is really expensive, and there's no way that we'll be able to continue to support her and rent and everything like that through Kombi Life. So she will still be working on Kombi Life, but she's going to be kind of starting her own life and putting down some roots a little bit, for a few months. And there's a chance that this might not work out. Long distance relationships are difficult, and I think we've been going through the hardest time we've ever had as a couple in recent months, with all of the stresses of this project, this huge task that we have in front of us, and building the bus and getting it from America to here. It was difficult, it really was, and it's still difficult, because there's still a lot of hurdles to get over, and roadblocks all the time. So we've been kind of fighting a little bit. It's not really a great platform to be on just before we go into this next huge challenge of this long distance relationship. But little side note, some of you guys won't know this, but I am actually a pro at long distance relationships. I had one when I was 18 to 28. That's 10 years of a long distance relationship with now a very dear friend of mine. So I'm hopeful. I'm certainly not looking for anything else, but there is some concern that she is going to she's going to go and she's not going to come back, and I'm worried that she's going to go to Australia and she's not going to come back, and this could be the end for us. I really hope that it's not. I guess we're going to find out in the next few months. We'll see how things go. In the meantime, let's give you an update of what's been going on in the bus, and I'll cut back to that other scene where Leah comes in about an hour ago. Whoa, trippy. All right, back. She doesn't want to join me. Just kidding. Alaska, arriba. Not one girl, but two girls. Come here, girl. Oh, beautiful dot. So, I've just been giving them an update about how I feel about you leaving. Saying how happy I am and
yeah,
like
you probably
stoked
are. It's
for
like
the
now I
freedom.
can finally do work without being hassled.
Yeah, unproductive work. I'm just going to be doing silly things all the time. So I'm going to leave you to chat with these guys about how you feel about leaving Kombi Life in a minute. But first of all, let's give them an update about what's been going on. Let's start with the most important thing, this furry little one.
An update on her.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
how's Alaska settling into
Oh my
Jersey
gosh,
life?
she loves that here. I think she's not gonna like the Kombi when she has to get back in here, is she?
Honestly, I'm worried about that. She
Yeah.
loves house life.
She loves house life. She loves like going to the park across the road. She loves having the stairs in the house, and she gets spoiled here too by Ben's mum.
Yeah, she's totally playing my mum. Like she's like, excuse me, Mrs. Jamin, I'm so hungry. Can I have some food now?
Yeah, she's spoiled. She's really happy here. She likes in Jersey. She gets to play in the sand dunes. There's rabbits everywhere. She gets a sniff of the rabbits and she goes crazy. Nice sound. Yeah, so she loves it here.
Yeah.
She's feeling well. She's going to become a Jersey dog
Yeah.
soon, officially.
So
A UK dog.
all things go well. I come to Australia in November. Alaska stays here in house life on her own with my mum, but I'm sure she's going to be fine with that.
She'll be fine.
Let's cross that bridge when it comes later on. But for now, let's have a huge update on the massive progress that we've made.
It doesn't look like we've done much, but we've been working on the bus.
Let's go and show them.
But it doesn't look like we've done anything, so okay.
Oh, looks a little messy in here, Leah.
There's a lot of stuff in here, but we got some really exciting things delivered the other day. We have a cooker and a fridge. That's the most exciting thing I have heard in a very long time, or I've received in a very long time.
Actually, rather than unbox this box again, I'm going to just roll some of the footage that we filmed when we received it. Boom. This is our kitchen. Oh, it's so light.
Fancy.
That is fancy. It's fancy and it lived on the internet.
Is this to wash now?
Mum, come and look at my fridge. I got a fridge.
We're like real people now.
Real people. I'm just like you.
Wow, that's amazing.
I know what you're thinking. It's small, isn't it? You're thinking you'd never get the weekly shop in there.
You'll only get 3 beers in that and a tub of ice cream.
It's van life, Mum. You have to live. It's simple living. You've got to minimalise your lifestyle. Minimise.
It's lovely.
So this should go somewhere like that, roughly. Yeah?
Yeah, it's good size.
And that. We've got 2 burners and then the sink. And that should go roughly. You want it somewhere like that?
As you can see, it's a pretty cool fridge and cooker. So we're really excited to be having something that is going to keep our food cool and beer cool.
Actually feels like, although there's a huge lack of progress in here, it feels like there's bit of a morale booster. There was a bit of a morale booster when we received this stuff, because we started for the first time to actually feel like there might be a home in this shell of a bus.
Yeah, and setting up our seat and bed was a pretty.
Oh yeah. Hold that a second, Leah. This is it's not in properly, but we just want us to get an idea of spacing and how big it was. This is our queen size double bed. It's not queen size. It's actually quite tiny, isn't it? Leah's protesting about this, but it was either this or a full width bed, and the full width bed would eat up on our storage situation over here. And over there probably too. So there's going to be storage all the way along the side here with the fridge and the cooker and the water stuff under there, a water tank underneath here, all of our electric stuff, lots of electric stuff, all the off-grid studio stuff is going to be under here, along with one of our lithium batteries. 3 more lithium batteries are in the engine. Oh, pass me that. Which is why I've been testing the temperature in the engine bay on some short drives. Currently 23 degrees centigrade, but the engine hasn't been on for ages. That's ambient. My concern is that the only place we have for our lithium batteries is in the engine bay, and the engine bay gets really hot. So that's not good for lithium batteries, and obviously we've had some bad experiences in the past. I can assure you that the ones we're installing for this system are by far and away the most safe batteries that we could find. Battle-born batteries are awesome. They have an inbuilt BMS, battery management system, so they will shut off if they do get too hot before any problems can occur. The only issue is that they may age slightly quicker than they normally would. But that's only if the engine gets above 40 degrees centigrade, which is, I can tell you what that is. It's about 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And I know that because we've just been editing episode 2 of the series, which may be out the day before or the day after this video. And that's got some very hot temperatures in it too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the reason why it looks like we haven't done much is because we are waiting on a lot of items to be delivered to Jersey, and a lot of items we haven't been able to get. So we've been, like, for example, we were supposed to do the fabric on the walls, but we couldn't find the right glue. There needs to be specific glue, and we haven't been able to get that in Jersey, and we've been waiting for it to be delivered, and there's been all sorts of trouble with that. So some of the things needs to be done in stages. That's why, like, we've held back on one thing, waiting for something else to be done first before we could move on to the next stage. So there's been a bit of a hold up, unfortunately.
What have we been doing?
We fixed the roof. So we took the roof off, we fixed the rust, and then we glued it back on, and that took like a week to do, didn't we?
A couple of days.
A week. It took a week.
Might have been a week. It was pretty slow, but it was very thorough.
It was very thorough. So this roof is not coming off anytime soon, forever.
Yeah. As you can see, still not quite finished, but more or less finished. Okay, what else can I show you? Compressor going somewhere. So we've got onboard air. These things, so water can be put in from the outside and go into the tank underneath. That's so we can connect up to shore power. So we can charge our lithium-ion batteries. Leah doesn't like all of these electric stuff. Do you? Look at these. Been doing lots of wiring, lots and lots and lots of wiring. There's wires running everywhere, all over this bus. I'm going to leave you with Leah now to give you a little one-on-one Leah action for the last time in hopefully not too long. But promise you that there's going to be some serious developments with the bus next month, because I have to get this bus fixed. Now I have a reason. The quicker I fix it, the quicker I get to go to Australia and see this lovely lady. Mm-hmm. So for me, over and out. Thanks for your support this month, by the way, guys. Really appreciate it.
So today is my last day in Jersey, and my last day with the Kombi and with Ben in Alaska. I've done this a few times, like left them and left Ben and left the Kombi, and it's every time it's really hard, but this time is extremely hard. I know it's only for a short while, I guess, but it's just hard to be away from him and the project for such a long time. And not being involved in the build is going to be really disappointing, because I was wanting to have this build, or be a part of this build, and have it feel like it was my home as well, like I was involved in building it. And I know we've done quite a lot already, but the whole making it into a home thing is I'm going to miss out on doing, and Ben is going to do it all on his own. I think it's a lot of pressure for him to do, and in a way I feel like me not being here, I'll be a bit detached from it, and it'll feel like more of his home than mine. I know that sounds silly, and it probably is no big deal, but that's just how I've been feeling the last few weeks leading up to me leaving. I think the pressure of having this build progress more than what it is over the last few weeks has put a big strain on our relationship, and we've been fighting quite a lot, and I think just also the closer it came to me leaving, the more pressure, I guess, stress has developed in both of us, and me mainly. So I don't know how I'm going to go when I'm at home and Ben and Alaska are going to be here working on the bus. I'm going to feel quite detached from everything. So I don't know. I'm imagining it's going to be quite hard to be home and away from them, but I know that Ben's going to do an awesome job, and he's going to work really hard. I feel like he's got a lot on his plates. So I hope the time goes really quickly and he comes to Australia, and we can move on and continue the journey together, not being apart anymore, because it's hard to be apart.